Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So, in this video, I'm going to be answering some emails that I get. So, I get a whole bunch of emails. And guys, remember, if you want to send me an email, make sure you click the link below. So, send all of your emails through that link, all right? Because dudes be hitting me up on Instagram, on Facebook, trying to send me emails through there. And I'm only going to be answering questions from the emails sent through this link, all right? So, through that link, you have the option of sending a donation or just sending your question without the donation. So the questions that I'm going to be doing in this video, I'm going to do a few, questions in this video. These are the questions that were sent without donation. So remember, if you want to guarantee that your question is going to be answered, make sure you click the link below and send a donation. All right. So this one says, how come you always say looks don't matter when a girl has to like your look to want to talk to you? If she doesn't like how you look, what is going to make her want to talk to you? It's always about looks. How is it just your game that's going to make a woman like you? All right, so this is the thing, and I think guys need to really understand this, is that saying looks matter and saying looks don't matter is the same fucking thing. You understand? Because they're both true. So, for example, let's say you have a guy named Jason. So Jason goes up to this one girl. Let's say her name is Susie or some shit. Jason goes to Susie. Susie likes the way Jason looks. So because of her liking the way he looks, she starts to talk to him, and then they, flirt, get together, whatever, right? So that his looks helped him. So his looks mattered in that situation, right? Then let's say Jason goes up to, Stephanie or something. Stephanie she doesn't like how he looks. She's not attracted to him physically. She's like, whatever, right? But Jason is still talking to Stephanie, because a lot of guys think that a woman is not going to actually talk to you because she doesn't like the way you look. You think she's going to automatically reject you because you're not her physical type. So Stephanie's talking to Jason because she's not rejecting him because she doesn't like the way he looks. They're still having a conversation. So when Jason is interacting with her and talking to her, his game is so tight that she actually gives him the number. She's feeling him, right? And so in that situation, his looks don't matter, because even though she don't like the way he looks, or she's not into his look physically, or he's physically not her type, he still gets her because he has game. So if you say looks matter or looks don't matter, it's the same shit, because in certain situations, a girl, she's going to be receptive to you because of your looks. And in some situations, she's still going to be receptive to you because your game is on point, even though she's not into your look. Okay? The way that a chick is actually attracted to you because of your game, right? It stems from how a woman feels when she's around you and when she's interacting with you. So this is why a guy who is not necessarily her ideal physical type can still get with her, because the guy's game is on point. The guy's strategy is on point. So the thing is, when he's talking to a woman, right, he says or does something in the interaction that gets her interested in him, or she gets inspired to be interested in this guy based off of what he's doing. You see what I'm saying? So at first, let's say this woman isn't even this guy's not even her type. They start talking, they start having a conversation. He says something that, intrigues her. He says something that makes her laugh. He says something that, has her thinking. He says something that makes her feel something. He says something that, gets her in a certain state of mind. So all of those things that he's doing is getting her in a state of mind of actually, feeling him. And then she starts to be attracted to him through, the game that he's putting out. You understand what I'm saying? So at first, she probably wasn't necessarily interested like that, right? But then what happened is that he said or did something, right, to sort of, inspire her to change her mind, or have her look at the situation in a different way. You see what I'm saying? So I say it like this. Let's say, for example, I'm just going to give you an example of, how the game could work in a situation when you're dealing with a chick, right? But I'm going to just say it in an example that you could sort of understand, just on a simple example. But let's say if you were talking to somebody, right? And let's say that person says, hey, like, I have a job offer for you, right? But you're not really interested in the job offer because you already got a job. You're like, I don't want another job. Like, I'm good. Like, I got a full-time job. I'm making good money and all this other shit. So at first, you're not really interested. You're like, I'm not really interested in that, right? So what the person says, well, let me tell you what the job is. So the job is you're just going to work for one day for 3 hours. And all I need you to do is move 10 boxes from this room to that room. And the boxes are only 20 pounds. And I'm going to pay you $50,000, right? So now, at first you weren't interested. Now you're like, well, tell me more. What's good? What's good with this, right? So you went from not really being interested or not really thinking about it or not really like trying to really make it happen to making it happen based off of what the person said or did, right? So the same thing happens for women. It's that you could a guy could be talking to her or approach her or say something to her, and at first she's not even paying him too much attention for whatever reason, or she might not be physically attracted to him or whatever it is. Then he says something or does something that piques her interest, that makes her the situation more attractive to her. You understand? So I'm just using that example as a simple thing so that you can sort of understand how the game works, when you're interacting with these women. So for you guys who's thinking, oh, it's just about looks, you got to understand that you're dealing with women. And when you're dealing with women, right, they are going to be attracted and gravitate to men on a whole bunch of different aspects that make her be like, okay, I'm feeling this guy. It's not just on the looks, or she's not going to just dismiss you. You understand what I'm saying? Based off of the looks. A lot of times when a guy approaches a girl and he's not her physical type, and she sort of like, isn't paying attention to him, and she sort of just like rejects him off the bat, a lot of times it has to do with that guy at first not being confident. You see what I'm saying? Him being insecure and him bringing that insecure energy a lot of times makes the girl be standoffish to him. But if a guy is not her physical type, but he is actually confident and he's actually, like cool, calm, and collected when he's talking to her, she's more receptive. You see what I'm saying? Because women are always going to be receptive to attention, right? But see, if a guy's coming with that energy of insecurity, then a lot of times, no matter, even if the guy is her physical type, a lot of times if he's giving off that insecure energy, she's not going to really be interested in him. She might be like, oh, he's cute. And then she's listening to what he's saying. But then if he's giving off that insecure energy, she's going to reject him. You understand? But if she sees a guy who is not her physical type and he's giving off the insecure energy, she's going to reject him too. But if you have that guy who's not her physical type and he comes with that confident energy, she's going to be more receptive to actually having a conversation with him because he's already bringing that confident energy. And if his game is tight, that's going to make her want to actually fuck with him. You see what I mean? And so this is, what I'm talking about, where game is important, how important game is. And this is why you guys got to understand this so that you can get from point A to point B and not really be so focused on, oh, it's all about looks and all this other shit. You understand? Now, let me get to the next question. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Next question. So this question says, hey, Locario, my question is, how can I approach a woman confidently without making it weird or awkward? And also, what are some good conversation starters? Okay, what is the thing? If you are thinking that it's going to be awkward or weird, that's what makes the situation awkward or weird. Again, the energy you bring to the situation is the energy that's going to be in the conversation, in the situation you're in. You're the one who is bringing the energy there, right? Because what happens is it starts off with you because you're the one approaching and starting the interaction. You see what I'm saying? Now, you could start that interaction with that good energy, and then she can be nervous or she could be awkward. And then if you sort of make her energy rub off on you, then you're going to start getting nervous because you see her being awkward and you're probably taking her, nervous or awkward energy as disinterest. So then you might start acting weird. You understand? So it's really about you starting first from a place of strength and confidence when you talk to the girl, right? Now, the thing is, when you talk about conversation starters, it's easy to start a conversation, especially when you're going indirect. So you just talk about something in a situation, talk about something in the surrounding area to actually start the conversation. So let's say if you're at a party and you see a girl there, you just walk up to her and be like, hey, what's up? How did you hear about this party? Who do you know here? Whatever. You're talking about the party and the party. You're using that situation to start the conversation. Let's say she's drinking a drink or whatever. You walk up to her and be like, hey, what are you drinking? You understand? And she's like, oh, I'm drinking this and that. And you start the conversation through there. So it's really easy to start conversations just going indirect. And basically when you go indirect, you're just choosing shit in the situation to talk about, right? Another thing too you got to understand is that you don't necessarily need to have long drawn out conversations when you're dealing with a chick. So basically what I mean is that sometimes you don't necessarily even need to really have this long thing. You just go up to her and be direct with it. So let's say you see a girl, waiting for a bus or whatever, and you just walk up to her and be like, hey, miss, listen, before you get on this bus, I just want to say, I think you're really attractive. We should get together sometime. My name is so-and-so. Here's my card. Hit me up later tonight. And then you just keep the shit pushing. You understand? And so the thing is, a lot of times, what makes the conversations and shit like awkward and weird a lot of times is when you are talking to a girl and you don't really have much to say at the moment. You don't really know what to say or know what to talk about. And then that can make it weird. But see, if you don't really have much to say, you just go straight direct and let her know that, hey, listen, what's going on? How you doing? My name is so-and-so. You're really cute. I just wanted to give you my card. You should definitely text me tonight. We need to get together and, get something to eat or get a drink later this weekend. You understand? So you just cut straight to the chase and you go direct. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all you really need to do, right? Now, let me see another question real quick. Let me get one more. Hold on. Let me see. All right. So this one says, could you give examples on the beneath the surface technique and verbal kiss close you found effective in your time in the game? All right, so the beneath the surface technique is something I talked about in one of my bad boy membership programs. The verbal kiss close, I don't know what that is. So you guys, if you know what that is, I don't know what that is. I never made that up or talked about that. So you guys need to let me know if you know what that is. But the beneath the surface technique is something that I talked about where, and I named it the beneath the surface technique. And basically, all this is that when you're talking to a girl, right, you're having a conversation with her. And you're having like deeper conversations or deeper conversation threads based off of something she said or one thing she said. So for example, in a regular normal conversation, you might jump from this topic to that topic to that topic. So you might say, hey, where you from? What do you do? And all this other stuff, right? So when we talk about the beneath the surface technique, what you're doing is you're sticking to one topic and then you're asking more questions about that one topic. So what it does is that when you're having that conversation with her, it's creating a situation where she's seeing you actually being more invested in who she is and what she's about, which in turn makes her actually, like you more and want to really fuck with you more. She's building that sort of like rapport in that situation. You understand? So for example, let's say if you say to a girl, what do you do for a living, right? And she says, oh, I'm a nurse, right? And then so you say, oh, that's cool. So what made you want to become a nurse, right? And then she's like, oh, I really, like just like helping people, and I think it's a good thing. And you're like, oh yeah, I think that's really cool, that you actually, wanted to help people. Is that something you always wanted to do as a kid, or like there's something that you just came to want to do later on in life? And then she's like, oh yeah, when I was younger, I wanted to do some other thing, but then this other thing happened. And you're like, oh, that's interesting. So do you find it difficult to be a nurse? Like, is there like hard things you got to do? So you're sticking to that one thing and you're going deeper and deeper and deeper. And so what it is that what she's seeing is that you're actually, it appears that you're invested, you understand what I'm saying, into really understanding what she's about and what she's into and all this other stuff. And also what happens is that a lot of times when she's interacting with other people, she doesn't really get to express herself in this manner because most people aren't really going that deep to actually get to know her in that manner. So when you're going that deep to get to know her, right, what it's doing is that it's making her feel more connected to you because you're actually, like taking a huge interest in what she's about and what she likes to do and what's going on with her. You see what I mean? So that's all the beneath the surface technique is that you're just asking more questions, going deeper and deeper into, why she does what she does and what it's about and, her hopes, her fears, her dreams, all this other stuff that you're doing in that conversation. You understand? To build a stronger connection. All right. So listen, that's pretty much it. Listen, guys, remember, if you have any questions, make sure you click that link below to send me the questions. Only send me questions there. Do not send me the questions on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, none of that shit. If you send it there, it's not going to get answered. You got to send it through there. All right. And if you want to guarantee that your question is going to be answered, make sure you leave a donation. All right. So that's pretty much it. I'm out of here. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Now, before you turn off this video, make sure you click the link below to get the Mr. Locario 30-minute game session. Now, this is a private one-on-one coaching session between me and you where we chop up game for a half an hour. So make sure you click that link below to get the Mr. Locario 30-minute game session. Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 to 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.